why you like volunteering.
Volunteering makes me happy because I like to make other people feel good, and that really makes me feel good.
Great. So do you have any favorite Kids Give Back projects that you've worked on?
One of my favorite projects I have done here at Kids Give Back is making blankets for animals, and I like to help animals because I'm an animal person, and that makes me really happy.
That's excellent. And then Tyler, tell us about when you say that volunteering makes you feel happy. Like, can you expand on that a little bit more? Like, why does it make you feel so happy?
I guess I like to make other people feel good, and that is something that makes me feel good, which is great.
Excellent. That's what volunteering is all about. So Kids Give Back talks about making a difference a lot. That's what we also talk about, remember those 3 T's of volunteering, the time, talent, treasures. Can you give me an example of how you feel like you've really made a difference by coming to a Kids Give Back program?
Yes, so there are 3 T's of volunteering. You have time, which is giving your time to volunteer, like coming to Kids Give Back. You have your talent, which is showing someone how to do something or using something that you're good at to make someone else feel good. And treasures is donating like physical products like money or toys. And those are 3 ways that you can give back to your community, and those are things that they all offer us here at Kids Give Back.
Yes, we talk about the 3 T's all of the time. So have you told some of your friends about Kids Give Back and why they need to start looking at volunteering?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, all right. Do you have any other recommendations for how kids should get involved in our community?
Well, I guess the first one, most obvious, is just come to Kids Give Back. Okay. It's a lot of fun. And, maybe sometimes if you are driving and you see someone that is asking for money, maybe you can ask your parent to just give them a granola bar or something to make them feel better and improve their day.
Great. That's very good. Thank you, Tyler. All right. Emma, tell us why you enjoy attending Kids Give Back camps.
I love being with other kids who enjoy helping others and giving back to our communities and just helping. I love
you love helping, and what else? How else do you like to help?
I love helping. I love being with adults who want to see me make a difference in the world.
Excellent. All right, and then tell us about any favorite projects that you've done at the Kids Give Back camps.
I loved making baskets and bags for hospitalized children served by Eliana's Light. That was just really fun.
And what was in those baskets?
Arts and craft supplies, things to do with their hands, little games that they might not have had in the hospital, just enjoyable things.
And how do you think the kids who received those baskets feel?
Really happy, and I hope that they know that they came out of a good place and not somebody who just stamped them with a factory seal and, okay, next.
That's excellent. Yeah, they were made with a lot of love, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other favorite Kids Give Back projects?
I enjoy working with the kitchen. I enjoy listening to the guest speakers. That's really fun, and listening and learning about their life experience and how they made a difference in their communities.
Excellent. And do you think that Kids Give Back, has it inspired you to continue volunteering?
Yeah, it's certainly provided me with a lot of opportunities to meet different organizations and see what they do. And if they have a kids program, that is amazing. And it's really fun to work and know that I'll produce outcomes that are going to help somebody.
That's excellent. Very good. 2. All right, so tell us your name and your organization.
Hi, I'm Janet Davison. I am the program manager with CRI. CRI is a regional nonprofit that supports individuals with mental health needs and developmental disabilities.
Excellent. Janet, tell us about your partnership with Kids Give Back.
Oh my gosh, it's been so fantastic. So Kids Give Back and CRI have actually been partnering. This will be the 4th year, and we have each year, and it's been fantastic because it's actually kicked in during COVID. And especially during COVID, it was really touch and go there because we wanted to make sure that we still had engagement between our individuals and the community, and Kids Give Back was able to help bridge that gap that we were really looking for. So thank you.
Absolutely. Tell us about why you think it's so important to get young kids to volunteer.
Oh my gosh, it all starts when you're young. If you can establish that habit, that familiarity with volunteering when they're young, then it's something that they grow up with, and then it doesn't become unfamiliar when you get older. And I mean, we all know that it's a requirement throughout school to start volunteering. And so if you start young, then it allows the youth to find their sweet spot when they're put in that situation where they have to give back. And then hopefully they find that love for a nonprofit, for a mission, for a skill that they're able to kind of take with them throughout the rest of their life. And so nonprofits is often a very overlooked career choice. And so, but it makes a huge difference to work for a nonprofit or to impact a nonprofit through volunteerism. And so we want to make sure that we want to make sure that volunteering with a nonprofit is not weird. It's fun, it's engaging, it's normal. We want to normalize it. That's exactly what we want to do.
Yeah, our mission is to inspire the next generation of volunteer leaders.
Absolutely.
And really teach the kids that at 6 years old, they can start being responsible for people in our community. So just tell me a little bit more about the projects that Kids Give Back has done for CRI.
Sure.
And the impact they're making on your organization and the people that you serve.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and one of the reasons that it's been such a fruitful partnership is because not only teaching kids as young as 6 about volunteerism, but it also teaches kids about a whole demographic of society that is very underrepresented, especially in terms of people with mental health needs and developmental disabilities. And so familiarizing them not only with giving back and volunteerism, but with what it means to have a disability is huge. And so having these partnerships where the first year we made cornhole boards, and that was actually for our recreational therapy program to engage our individuals in activities that they could do at home because they weren't able to go out into the community and engage. And so we did cornhole boards. The second year we did bean bags, which is also for our recreational therapy program. And that was to help them with their fine motor skills, to help with sensory issues, to help with mobility, balance. And it was a really great way to help the kids understand what it means for our people with disabilities to really interact with the world. And that was really fantastic. And then last year we did musical instruments, we did drums, and we did jingle sticks, and that was also for a recreational therapy program. Again, engaging the senses, and the kids had a lot of fun, making a lot of noise.
They did make a lot.
They did. It was great.
That was great. I think that's all I have. Do you have anything else to say about kids and volunteerism, the future of the kids, anything, just without me asking any questions?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, my goal as the volunteer program manager is to engage the community with our individuals. And since COVID, it's been a huge challenge. It's still a challenge because our individuals are high risk. And so going into the community makes it still very challenging. Kids Give Back really offers a way to make our individuals feel like they're not forgotten, because the kids give that they pour their love and soul and their creativity and their desire into everything that they do. And it's so tactile, it's so tangible. When our individuals see that, when our staff see that, they know where it came from. They know the love and they can feel that. And that's really what's important. Like the previous girl who was here said, it's not a manufactured stamp. You feel the love. And that is the connection to the community that we look for and that we really appreciate from Kids Give Back. So thank you.
Thank you. And I'm crying.
Yes.
Okay. Zara, so tell us about your involvement with Kids Give Back.
So, hi, I'm Zara. I am a junior at W.T. Woodson High School. This is my 3rd year volunteering with Kids Give Back. I serve as one of the teen board members along with another teen at Woodson High School. So, some of the roles that I serve is I apply for grants for my specific age bracket for teens. And I help as a teen volunteer at the events, so helping the youth volunteers do their projects and just overall working with the kids to make sure that our projects go successfully at our events.
Excellent. Tell me why you think it's so important for kids, especially the young ones that we bring in here to start volunteering at 6 years old.
So I think it's really important for kids to volunteer at a super young age because when you start young, you continue that throughout your life. I first started volunteering with my mom when I was about 5 years old at a soup kitchen in my area, and from then on, that's where I found my love for volunteering. So to be able to continue that with especially the young kids, and it's not just teaching them how to volunteer, it's also teaching them the lifelong skills of leadership, of working with other people, of being empathetic and kind and understanding of other people in your community. And I think that's just so important for everybody to learn.
Yes. Have there been any standout projects, like things that have been you've been on both ends, because you were a young volunteer when you started with Kids Give Back, and now you've evolved into a teen counselor. Has anything stood out as one of your most memorable projects?
Yeah, so one of my favorite projects that we did, we were making drums for the CRI, Choice, Respect, Independence. And I just loved seeing all the kids enjoy playing with the musical instruments. And I remember another week that we did a project like that. Some of the kids, they set up a lemonade stand and at their local pool after camp, and they donated all the money to Kids Give Back. And that was just such a sweet moment. And it's when I realized it really does come full circle that we're able to see we instilled these kids with values of empathy and kindness and volunteering, and they just come back and they give back too. So it's wonderful to see the projects really happening.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I just want to say I'm so proud of all the work that Kids Give Back has done, and for 5 years we've made such a big impact, and I'm so grateful for my role that I serve and that I'm able to give back to my community, and I'm able to help the young kids give back to their community too.
Thank you. Awesome. I know I told you.
So let's introduce yourself.
I'm Denise Gavilan. I'm the founder and executive director of Kids Give Back.
And Denise, tell us, why did you decide to create this wonderful organization?
So I created Kids Give Back because I was working as a volunteer parent at Mantua Elementary School, running a monthly volunteer program. And every month, the little kids would come running in and be like, "What are we doing, Miss Denise? What are we doing? Let's do a great volunteer project." So we did the work, and it was great, but there was very little time to talk to the kids about the purpose of the volunteer work. There was very little time for reflection. It was very rushed. And when my kids aged out of Mantua, I thought, there's something here. I did not want to give up this opportunity to keep volunteering with young children. So I started talking to parents. I started talking to nonprofit leaders. I started talking to my friends and family and saying, what do you think about starting a nonprofit organization designed for children ages 6 through 12? And there was nonstop support for this organization. And now here we are 5 years later, and there's even more support. We just keep growing and growing. So it's just very rewarding. So that's how we started.
That's amazing. Tell us a little bit more about how you've seen this organization grow since it's your 5 year.
Oh my gosh. So how have we grown? So I like to joke about the first camp we ever ran, which was really bad. It was really bad. I guess we were doing something right, but it was me and a bunch of teenagers, and we had 35 kids. There were too many kids. There were too many projects. It was chaos. But the kids had a great time. right? The kids did the volunteer work. We had volunteer leaders coming to talk to the kids. So it was successful on the kids' side. On my side, I thought we need to step back and figure out how to make the formula work. So over the years, we've perfected it. We have summer volunteer camps that sell out every time. We started filling the gap when Fairfax County schools are closed by offering one-day camps where the kids can come in from 9 to 3. They do volunteer work all day. We are at festivals offering volunteer projects. We go to schools and offer volunteer projects. Like, it is just nonstop, the growth opportunities, because there's so much support. And I feel like even at 5 years, we have not even scratched the surface. Like, I'm still like, we're just getting started.
So where do you see the future of this organization going?
What I would love to see this organization do is, first of all, be throughout the state of Virginia. Right now, we've only touched a few neighborhoods. We are looking for opportunities to expand. We're bringing a camp to Oakton. Wow, that's amazing. We're not right in the city of Fairfax, in this area anymore. But we also want to be able to reach out to children who are in all socioeconomic areas and of all abilities. Honestly, this program is so scalable and it's so applicable to kids who have different intellectual disabilities, have any physical disabilities, kids from different economic backgrounds. We can reach all of those kids by raising money and by having the right partners to help us get there. I mean, it really has at this point, there's literally no stopping us. So that's where we're headed. So it's very exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Last words?
I'm very, very passionate about getting kids to volunteer. I mean, you can see they need to start volunteering when they're little. The worst thing is when you have to check a box and they're in high school and they're like, oh, I need 5 more hours. How do I do that? No, this is about instilling in kids at a young age that they have the power to make a difference in their community. It doesn't have to be some big fancy program. They could be writing cards. They could be sending pictures in the mail to kids who are in the hospital. They need to understand at 6 years old that they have the skills to give back to their community. And I can just only encourage parents over and over that will spend money on piano lessons and soccer lessons and all the other things, but empathy, compassion, taking care of your community, those are so important. And the younger we get them started, the better. I mean, I say start them civic-minded at 6 years old. That's where I say get them started, because I am always, always impressed by what little kids can do. And we have kids at one of our summer camps making meals. They make 150 meals that go right back out to serve families in need. And we had a little girl who's 6 who said to her mom, I don't even know how to make peanut butter and jelly. How am I going to help make 150 meals? But they do it. They do it. And they walk out and they're so proud of themselves, you know? And so that little light of those little kids, that's what keeps me going. Because I know those kids are going to grow up and they're going to be volunteer leaders as they get older. And that's what we're trying to accomplish. So there's the passion, there's our story. How's that?
Perfect.
All right.